Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about electronic payment system in e-commerce. So basic objectives are to understand the concept of electronic payment system and its security services, to bring out solution in the form of applications to uproot electronic payment, and to understand the working of various electronic payment system based applications. So let's proceed. So what actually electronic payment system is? So it is a system which helps to make payments for the sales and purchase for the e-commerce activities in the over the online platforms, through the online mode, through the internet mode. So that is actually is the electronic payment system, in which an electronic device is with internet connectivity is used for making the payments for particular kinds of goods and services over the web. So the basic funda is to transfer money over the internet. Some traditional methods that we were using were check, we were using for payment, we were using credit cards, so we were using cash specifically. But in the methods of electronic payment, we discuss about electronic cash, software wallets, smart cards, and credit debit cards. Some examples of electronic payment system where we can make a payment over the web through the online medium, or online reservations for the reservation of airlines, hotels, railways, and other services. Online bill payments, if you want to make bill payments for electricity, for water, and for other modes of like mobile bill payments, your TV set-top box recharges, etc. Then online order placing, if you are purchasing some goods or services over the web, for that you can make payments on through the online mode. Online ticket booking, you can book tickets for the trains specifically, if you talk about, or the airlines, or the movies that you suppose you are very well aware about the book my show, which is a very great app. If you want to go for a movie, then you can book any movie at any location over the globe, over the geographic location, through that book my show. And you can make payment directly over there by using the various modes. You can use the different electronic modes that we'll be discussing for the payment. So what is electronic payment system? E-commerce sites use electronic payment, where electronic payment refers to paperless monetary transactions. That means you are dealing with the monetary values uh, over the web. Those are paperless. That means no use of paper. That is, no hard money is used for payment. Electronic payment has revolutionized the business processing by reducing paperwork. If we are using the electronic payment method, then a lot of paperwork gets reduced, transaction costs gets reduced, labor cost gets reduced. Being user friendly and less time consuming than manual processing, it helps in business organizations to expand its market reach over the globe, over the geographic locations. So the electronic payment systems are credit card, debit card, smart card, e-money, electronic fund transfer, e-wallets. So we are discussing about the types of electronic payment systems. First one is e-cash or e-money. It is a system that allows a person to pay for goods or services by transmitting a number from one computer to another, like the serial numbers on real currency notes. The e-cash numbers are unique. It is a kind of electronic money, just like you are having the hard cash, the paper cash, same as the e-cash is there, which has a unique sequence number, serial numbers, and if you are making a payment through the e-cash, then you have to specify the serial numbers for the particular e-cash, and then you can make payment for whatever the sale or purchase you are doing over the web. So this e-cash is issued by a bank and represents a specific type of real money. It is anonymous and reusable. That means it is anonymous means no one else knows that you have the such kind of money with you, because it is just serial numbers that you are using for making the payments in form of e-cash. Then we are discussing about e-wallet. E-wallet is basically another payment scheme that operates through an electronic mode, in which it is a kind of wallet that you are having to store the money. Same as in the e-wallet, you can put money from your bank account or through your debit or credit card, and then you can use that money from the wallet directly for making the payments for particular kind of e-commerce activity or the sale or purchase you are doing for any goods or services. Then we're discussing about smart card. A smart card is any pocket-sized card with embedded integrated circuits which can process data. That means these are the smart card is just like your ATM or debit card, but it has inbuilt integrated circuit, and the processing module is there in the smart cards which can itself process the data. This implies that it can receive input which is processed and delivered as an output. That means it does not require any other machine or device to operate the card. The card itself can process the information and can deliver the output in form of the payment of for particular kind of goods or services. Then comes credit card. The credit card, it is a plastic card having a magnetic strip and a code on it, and that magnetic strip has the details about the particular user to which the card belongs. So it has some fixed amount to spend. As the credit card means, it is the limit of a particular monetary value that is given by a particular financial institution or bank. That bank gives a particular fixed amount of limit that you can use for your spendings, for your payments for different goods and services over the web. So that is credit card, and after making the payments, the bank gets the payment back from the user in you can say equated monthly installments, or the other way like this, to reimburse back the amount that the bank has already given to you. The customer has to repay the spent amount after some time. That is what we actually talking about, that whatever you have paid for the goods and services, you have to pay that money back to the bank in form of you can in the fixed installments or in the equated monthly installments. Then comes debit card. It is similar to credit card in the form of codings and the encryption. That means it also has the same magnetic strip which in which the user's information is stored, and the code, and also uh, other security mechanisms that are used to protect the information from unauthorized access. But in the credit card, a fixed limit is given by the bank that you can use, but in the debit card, the limit is defined by the uh, money in your account. That means whatever the amount of money you are having in your bank account, you can use that amount of money for any particular purchase or sale of a good or services. That means purchase limit depends upon the available balance in your account. So then we're discussing other types of electronic payment system interface. So in the interface, first we are discussing about the no security module, where no security is being used. So in that, a user is there which uses an internet connection with the e-commerce portal and then makes payments through the Banks does the verification of the information that is provided by the user and then makes the payment successful. For example, bill payments, mobile recharges, on calling to customer care. You are having a facility where you just call to the customer care and gets your recharge done, get your bill payments done. So these are that kind of methods where no security or the very basic security mechanisms are being used. This is the third party processor, online payment process using a third party processor. That means the user, the client, and the your e-commerce vendor both does use a third party module which actually processes the payment of the user for the e-commerce vendor. So in this, a client using its browser makes a request on the e-commerce vendor's website for a particular sale or purchase of the goods or services. Then that particular request by the browser, when making the payment, goes to the payment server, a third party processor, which is an online third-party processor with links to multiple payment systems. That means that third-party processor is having the links to different payment processing systems such as credit cards, Visa, charge cards, American Express, bank accounts, debit cards, private label cards, digicash. That means these are different various ways and means of making the payment over the web through that third party processor, and then the payment of that particular sale or purchase done by the user gets completed by the verification of the financial institution. Then processing payments using encrypted credit cards. This is the whole scenario that is shown when you are making a payment through credit cards, in which the customer first places the order on the merchant site. Then it's when making the payment, it sends the number of the credit card in the payment information. Then merchant server gets connected to the credit card processors, which verifies the details of the credit card with the bank, customer's bank. And then if the details are verified, then the payment gets completed and the acknowledgement is sent to the customer through by the merchant site also, and also from the financial institution, that is your the bank of the customer. Then we're discussing about the security mechanisms that we use during the online payments that we are using in the electronic payment systems. So a sequence of steps are used for security in the transactions that are done over the web. So first one, customer presents the card to the merchant. For making a secure transaction, the customer gives the card to the merchant for particular sale or purchase activity. Then merchant validates customer's identity as the owner of the card. भाई मर्चेंट को पता होगा कि आप कार्ड दे रहे हो, तो जाहिर सी बात है यू आर द ओनर ऑफ द कार्ड. देन मर्चेंट रिलेज क्रेडिट कार्ड चार्ज एंड सिग्नेचर टू इट्स बैंक. देन मर्चेंट क्या करता है, उस क्रेडिट कार्ड की इंफॉर्मेशन है, जो उसके जो चार्जेस हैं, वो क्या करता है, वो बैंक के पास भेज देता है उसके वेरिफिकेशन के लिए. देन बैंक रिलीज दिस इंफॉर्मेशन टू द कस्टमर्स बैंक फॉर ऑथराइजेशन. फिर जो मर्चेंट का बैंक है, वो कस्टमर के जो बैंक है उसके साथ क्या करेगा, कॉन्टेक्ट करेगा फॉर द ऑथराइजेशन approval of the information that is provided by the user. And when the authorization is returned by the customer's bank to the merchant's bank, merchant's financial institution, the payment gets processed. So this is the widely applicable e-payment system that is used, in which an online customer uses the security. That means this is the whole scenario that is shown from the uh, in the whole payment scenario from customer to the bank. So in this, online customer uses the internet to make a payment, and in that 128-bit secure socket layer encryption is used. And between the internet and the merchant's website, 128-bit blowfish encryption is used. And between the internet and the third party payment processor, a firewall is used, and a 128-bit secure socket layer encryption is used. And between the e-payment server and the bank, a secure banking network is used to provide a complete secure mechanism for the whole of the transaction, for whole of the payments system from the consumer to the bank. That means the whole payment process is secured with different kind of encryption tools and techniques used at each and every point of the network. Then comes Secure Electronic Transaction Protocol, SET. The Secure Electronic Transaction Protocol is the dedicated protocol that is designed specifically for the transactions that are done over the e-commerce portals, specific for payment of the goods or services over the web, specifically designed for monetary value transactions. So it is jointly designed by the MasterCard and Visa with backing of Microsoft, Netscape, IBM, GTE, SAIC, and other organizations that are included in the development of SET protocol. It is designed to provide security for card payments. कार्ड पेमेंट्स की सिक्योरिटी के लिए डिजाइन की गई है as they travel on the internet, as the information of these cards travel over the web for particular transactions. So to protect that, SET protocol is designed. So as compared to secure socket layer protocol, SET protocol क्या करती है? It validates the consumer and merchants in addition to providing secure transmission. That means जो अभी तक हमने पीछे जो पढ़ी different encryption techniques, SSL है आपकी 128-bit blowfish encryption है, वो सब क्या करते हैं? They protect the network, the transmission. But SET protocol, what does it? Also validates the consumer and the merchant, and then also provides the security to the transmission of data over the network. So SET protocols specification uses a public key cryptography and a digital signature for validating both consumers and merchants. Merchant और consumer के identity को verify करने के लिए क्या use करता है? Public key cryptography and digital signatures को use करता है. That we have discussed already in the another video. Then it also provides privacy, data integrity, user and merchant authentication, and the consumer's non-repudiation. That means these are the other specifications that are provided by the SET protocol. This is the graphical view of the SET protocol, where the central certification authority is sitting over the network, which governs the whole of the network in the complete transactional process. That means complete electronic payment system. Certificate authority is sitting in the central core, which controls all of the activity of the transaction from the card holder to the issuing bank. So what are the basic security requirements of electronic payment system? Authentication. The authenticated users are making the payment. Integrity. That means the data information is integrated at both the ends. Non-repudiation. The who is issuing the information cannot deny of the particular transaction. Privacy. Privacy is the information, the security of the information that is transmitting over the web. And the safety, that the individual users safety is being ensured, and the personal information related to a particular user is not being disclosed to any unauthorized personals. So these are the pros and cons of using the electronic payment system. First we discuss about the pros. It is easier for customers to buy your products or services by using the electronic payment system. You can add custom loyalty programs, gift cards, and customized e-commerce websites. You can integrate it with accounting software, making it easier to manage money. You don't have to waste as much time depositing paper checks and cash at the bank. Then consequences are also there. You have to pay a processing fee to accept plastic and some other electronic payments. If you use a traditional physical credit card terminal, then monthly or annual fees might apply. If some payment processing services lock you into contracts that are costly to terminate early. And to accept credit cards, you usually need a merchant account, which is a bank account where payments are deposited. Many electronic payment systems include one as a built-in functionality. Note that you don't need a merchant account if you are using a third-party processor such as PayPal or your other the third-party processing modules. Then comes the payment gateway. So what is a payment gateway? A payment gateway is an e-commerce application service provider that authorizes payments for e-businesses, online shopping, etc. That means it is an application service provider which authorizes the payments for the different transactions of monetary values over for the e-commerce activities. So the payment gateway protects credit card details, encrypting sensitive information such as credit card number to ensure that information passes securely between the customer and the merchant, and also between the merchant and the payment processor. That means the payment gateway protects the information and the network through which that information passes between the customer and the merchant and the payment processor. So this is how payment gateway works. When user place an order on the merchant's web server, the payment request goes to the payment gateway, where the payment gateway gets confirmation from the payment bank, the bank of the customer, and then if the details are verified, then the payment is transferred to the merchant, and a response from the bank is returned to the payment gateway, and the payment gateway returns that response to the merchant's website. When the whole e-commerce activity is completed, then the merchant server gives the response to the client that your order has been successfully placed and your payment has been successfully done, and you can track your order on the fla details. So this is all about the how payment gateway works. So this is the conclusion that we have discussed in our tutorial, that expand market beyond traditional geographic markets, override traditional marketing system into digital marketing system, and made human life convenient as a person can pay his payments online while he is taking rest. That means electronic payment systems are made all the things easy, effective, and efficient in all aspects. So this is all about electronic payment systems. Thank you very much.